Giants.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Doing business like a CEO while saving like a CFO.
Staples has all the supplies you need to run your business like a boss at prices that'll make your bookkeeper smile.
Now that is an achievement.
Everything from pens to paper.
And right now, a ream of Staples copy paper is only $3.99. You save $3.
But hurry, this offer's good this week only.
Staples, where there's a whole lot in store.
And 7619 in-store only. Valid on SKU 135855.
Dave Cokin with John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy. So give me a rundown on maybe a typical treatment at LPT.
Sure, Dave. On an initial consult, we'll sit down with the patient for at least 10 or 15 minutes, get a history of their injury or their condition. Then we'll move into an assessment where we put our hands on the patient, take them through a few special tests to identify what the pain source is and what the actual injury is. Then we'll use some modalities like heat and electric stimulation to reduce their pain and muscle spasms. And typically our physical therapist or assistant will do some type of manual stretching, massage therapy, or range of motion on that patient. And after the initial visit, we typically see patients 2 to 3 times a week for 4 to 6 weeks.
LionsPTLV.com, 702-476-0222.
Target Drive Up is the world's fastest Target run. It's like a pit stop without those tire changing noises. We bring your order right out to your car door. Just choose Drive Up in the Target app, and when you're ready, drive up, and we'll bring your order right out. All squeezed out of sunscreen? Drive up. Time for a new grill? Drive up. Need some floaties on your way to the pool? Drive up. Just order what you need and we'll have it ready whenever you are. It's easy and free with no minimum order. Drive up and then drive off. Target run and done.
You do it right to make updates to your home. Lowe's does it right too with July 4th savings throughout the store. Like $15 off gallon cans and $45 off 5-gallon pails via Lowe's gift card rebate when you buy select paint and stain. Get up to 40% off select appliance special values. And with your Lowe's Advantage card, ask for up to 24 months no interest on purchases of $19.99 or more. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 7/10. Credit offer valid through 7/7. Minimum purchase required subject to credit approval and can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
Follow us on Twitter at the LV Sportsline and at ESPN Las Vegas.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
When it comes to gambling, there's no such thing as 100%. When it comes to great food, there is 100% satisfaction at Joe's. That place is absolutely great. Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Make your reservation now at 702-792-9222. Thanks to Chuck Esposito for joining us the first portion of the show. Apologize for some of the cell phone issues. Chuck was in a tough satellite spot today, I guess, but hopefully you got the gist of the conversation. We can tell you some great things going on at Sunset Station. And not too far down the road, the announcement, the outlay of this year's contests that they'll have at station casinos. They always have some great contests, really to fit any kind of a better. The Last Man Standing has been a huge success in football the past few years. Of course, the big contest that everybody wants to get into that costs basically nothing. And just pick the winner straight up every week. That's a lot of fun. We'll get the lineup from Chuck. Don't forget STN, your go-to as far as mobile devices are concerned. The 2 different apps, one for horse racing, one for sports. And for you horse racing players, nice feature. Any race you bet $10 on, you can stream the race live, which is an outstanding add-on.
You can be laying by the pool and watching the races at Del Mar a couple weeks away from the opening day at Del Mar. That's my fun time in the slow time of the season in July. Hit those races at Del Mar.
That's the voice of Marco DAngelo. I'm Dave Cokin. Ari Platinum's our producer. Let's go to our Joe's Angle of the Day and find out what Ralph Michaels provided for us.
Well, Ralph's got one. This is one of those dual angles, both teams heading the same direction, and it's on a total tonight. The Chicago Cubs, when they are away favorite, 14-6 to the over. The Pittsburgh Pirates at home this year, 24 overs, 10 unders, 2 pushes. But, Dave, when they're a home underdog, 10-2-1 to the over. And that's where we find the Pirates tonight. Take the Cubs Pirates over the total.
More on the Cubs-Pirates matchup later because that will be our WagerTalk marquee matchup for this Monday. Meanwhile, let's look at the games that are available tonight in Major League Baseball. We'll cover the other four right now in the MJ Christensen Diamonds 4-4.
1, 2, 3 into the 4.
Put them fours up. Put the fours up, I said. Do it right now.
Tonight's action is just around the bend, and the guys want to get your night off to a great start.
4.
It's the Las Vegas Sports Lines 4 at 4.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Unbelievable.
We'll start things off with a National League Central matchup as the Milwaukee Brewers take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Brewers will send Adrian Hauser to the mound here, and the Reds will counter with Tyler Mahle. And the interesting thing to note, and this is not a change, it's been like this all season, the Brewers, despite a winning record, have a negative run differential on the year. The Reds, despite a losing record, have a positive run differential on the season. This means the Brewers have found ways to come up with wins in close games. The Reds have done just the opposite. Will it be more of the same for these two tonight?
Well, Milwaukee's coming off a typical series of what you're just talking about, Dave. They had 3 games against the Pirates. I don't think they scored more than 3 runs in any of those games, and they come out on top. You look at this one, though. They send Hauser to the mound tonight. His 3 starts have not been good. He's got an ERA of 9 and a whip of 2.50. You can't do that, Dave.
No, they might be better off with Doogie Hauser.
And right now, speaking of that series, Milwaukee's struggling because they've scored 3 runs or less in 5 of their last 6 games. Not what you want to go with on the road here. Cincinnati counters with Mahle, as you said. ERA of 3.29 and a whip of $1.13 in his 5 home starts. And the Reds are 4-1 in his 5 home starts.
0-10 on the road, 4-1 at home.
Yeah, talk about a home road dichotomy. But I look at this one, Dave, and I'm going to look at the under in this game. You look at this, in those 14 starts that Mahle's had, 11-3 to the under for him this season. Cincinnati, how about this one? 16-4 to the under this season after they've played 3 or more at home, and that's what they're doing today. It's a second series. I like them under, and if you want to take one stat with Milwaukee on the under, how about them? In road games after a win by 2 runs or less this season, perfect 8-0 to the under. But with Hauser on the mound, maybe, is this one of those ones you look at, maybe a first 5 under? I got the under. I'm going to split it up, Dave. I'm going to go first 5 for half a unit and the full game for the other half.
For live bettors, take note of the bullpen usage here. The Brewers will have their best guys available tonight, including Josh Hader. Not sure what the Reds do in the later innings. We definitely know Jose Iglesias will not be available tonight. He threw 40 pitches yesterday, and he hasn't been that good lately anyway. But Michael Lorenzen, who is ostensibly their closer at this point, he threw 20 pitches yesterday, so I'm not sure what his availability will be. It could influence your opinions as this game progresses. The Giants and Padres at Petco. San Diego let one get away yesterday. That cost them the sweep against the Cardinals. They've been playing pretty good baseball lately. The Giants will send Jeff Samardzija to the mound tonight. There's not much positive to say about Jeff Samardzija, with one exception, and that's his history at Petco Park. He has pitched well here.
He has, Dave, and that presents a question to you. When you have a guy that's got a great history against a certain team or a certain ballpark, but is in no way close to being in good form, which way do you got to look?
I'm not a big history buff because what he did in the past doesn't have much to do with what he's doing at the present time. And also bear in mind that you can say that for almost all those starts over the years, with Samardzija throwing for the Giants at San Diego against the Padres, the Giants were a considerably better team than the Padres. So that's not the case anymore. San Diego's the better baseball team here. And by the way, they've got a very impressive rookie starter on the mound. Logan Allen has had 2 good starts already. He pitches with a lot of confidence, bulldog mentality. I think the Padres are winners tonight. I didn't choose to lay the price. It was a little higher than I liked, but I would not, for what it's worth, I would not be going against the Padres here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. Logan Allen in those 2 starts, 13 innings and allowed only 2 runs. He looks like the real deal. Left-hander, first time that the Giants are going to see him. And the Giants have struggled against lefties this year, 9-17, scoring only 3.4 runs per game. I'm with you, Dave. I lean to the Padres, but we're looking at a number of around $1.60, and it's just a little bit, like you like to say, a little bit over the threshold.
Yeah, it's good, and it's going up, by the way. If you like the Padres, you kind of missed the boat on that one. Excuse me. The Orioles and Rays start a series in Tampa tonight. Should be a lot of folks in the stands for this one. I'm thinking, they might get 7,000.
Good seats still available.
Oh, boy. All the seats still available. The Rays had a good weekend. They got some things done in this series with Texas, won the last two. Most importantly, they got Ian Snell back on track and also got a terrific debut from Brendan McKay, a two-way player who thinks Shohei Ohtani here. He's going to be DHing on some days and pitching on when it's his turn as well. He will not hit the day before or after his scheduled start, so he'll be used very much like Ohtani was last year. I'm not sure how often he'll be used as a hitter, but he's going to get some bats, no question about that. Tom Eshelman on the mound for the Orioles tonight. He'll go against Ryan Stanek, who will open for the Rays in advance of of Ryan Yarbrough, who will be the primary pitcher tonight for Tampa Bay. Eshelman is making his debut in the majors. Might be a brief stay. He has not worked out all that well as far as a high draft choice. There were many, and this is for hardcore baseball people, but going back to his draft year, a lot of people thought the Astros really overreached with Eshelman in the second round. He was projected as like a fourth rounder, maybe even a fifth in some circles. A real strike throw at Cal State Fullerton, and had an absolutely phenomenal walk-to-strikeout ratio, one of the best you'll ever see. He walked 17 batters in 362 college innings. That's incredible.
It is.
But it's actually not a good thing at the professional level because you have to throw strikes, but you need to throw more often strikes that look like balls and balls that look like strikes. Otherwise, good hitters can tear you apart. And what's happened to him in his minor league stops hasn't been a disaster, but he just hasn't progressed like the Astros thought he would. They traded him to the Phillies, and the Phillies dumped him off for some international pool money to Baltimore. Early this year, the Orioles will take any live bodies and hope for the best. That said, nobody's seen him. And as we pointed out many times, that can be an advantage to the pitcher the first time through the league, or at least maybe the first time out of the gate. And if you look at debuting pitchers this year, most of them have done quite well. He had one blow-up last week with the hit-up the Dodgers brought up, and he got hammered and got sent back down. But most of the first-timers have done quite well. So maybe Eshelman's got a shot to hang in for a little while against the Orioles, against the Rays tonight. Ryan Stanek, who has been the opener deluxe for Tampa, but not so much lately. His last four opens, he's given up a run each time. So he's not in the best of form. I took a long shot here, and look, it is a long shot. But at plus 230, why not? I took a shot with the Orioles' first five. Maybe Eshelman gets a little bit of luck. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. The Orioles, despite the fact they got shut out yesterday, they went wild on Friday and Saturday against Cleveland. They're swinging the bats well enough, so maybe they can put a run or two on the board, and maybe it stands up for 5 innings.
And it's not like Tampa Bay scoring a ton of runs. And, Dave, this is one of those angles that we talked about it this morning when we did First Pitch podcast. This is an angle that you're looking at this over time. In a one-game sample size, it looks really hard to swallow taking Baltimore with the pitcher on the mound. But I have been a long-standing guy, especially when it's a rookie on the road making the debut. You do it because you're always going to be getting a big number with the rookie on the road, and you don't have to hit a high win percentage to turn a profit. This is a long-term investment wager, and I agree with you on that. The one thing that I got to say is Baltimore, after allowing 3 runs or less 2 straight games like they've done, the last 2 seasons, Dave, they're just 1-18.
That's not very good.
No, but at least that's for the full game. You only got it for 5.
I just want to get him through the order twice and then let Michael Givens or whoever come over and come in and blow the lead.
And what you said about the strikeout ratio, it's not what he was doing at Cal State Fullerton, but he still got a very good rate coming out of the minor leagues.
He's not going to walk a lot of guys.
In 74 innings in the minor leagues, he's got a strikeout-to-walk ratio of 60 strikeouts to 17 walks. I think you got a live play there, Dave, first 5.
At plus 230. I'll take my chances. And we look at the Angels and Rangers. And the Angels will send Jose Suarez, their talented but kind of raw rookie, second-best pitching prospect in the organization, but he's kind of looked like he might need more seasoning. Can't say that about Mike Minor, who's having a great year for the Rangers, and I assume will be in the All-Star game. I I haven't looked at the All-Star rosters, to be honest, but I assume that Minor made the team. I'd be shocked if he didn't, considering he leads the league in ERA.
Dave, speaking of the All-Star game, I want to ask you, this is an old-school angle. Do you still